Imagine this. You're standing by a calm lake, and suddenly, a kung fu master runs across the water like it's solid ground. No boats, no floats, just pure skill. Your jaw drops. You think, no way, that's impossible. But today, we're going to explore the science, the myths, and the mind-blowing possibilities behind walking on water. Could humans actually do it? Let's find out. Hi everyone! Welcome to Imagine What? This is the place for big ideas, wild imagination, and creative thoughts of all kinds. If that excites you, don't forget to like and subscribe. Your support keeps me going. And drop your ideas in the comments, because the next video might just be inspired by you. Alright, that's enough chit-chat. Let's dive into today's topic. When you think about kung fu movies, there's always that one scene that makes everyone's jaw drop. A master dashes across a lake, their feet barely touching the surface, as if gravity itself has decided to take a break. This is the legendary skill known as water walking, or in Chinese martial arts, qinggong, which literally means lightness skill. For centuries, stories about this ability have appeared in Chinese novels, operas, and films. Heroes like Wang Fei-hung or nameless monks were often described as so light and powerful that they could run across rooftops or even glide over rivers. For audiences in Asia, this was part of the magical charm of martial arts fiction. For audiences in the West, it felt almost like a superpower ripped straight out of a comic book. Hollywood loved the idea too. Just think of movies like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. The characters leap across bamboo trees and dance on the surface of water, as if it's a solid floor. These scenes weren't just fight choreography, they were visual poetry. And they planted a question in everyone's mind. Could any of this be real? That's the beauty of myths like these. They blurred the line between imagination and possibility. They make us ask, what if we could actually do it? What if walking on water wasn't just a cinematic trick, but something humans could one day master? So, how does walking on water actually work? Or rather, why can't humans do it naturally? If we look at nature, some creatures seem to pull it off effortlessly. Take the basilisk lizard, nicknamed the Jesus lizard. It can sprint across the surface of a pond for several feet without sinking. How? The secret lies in speed, timing, and surface area. The key is surface tension. Water molecules stick together, creating a kind of invisible skin on the surface. Tiny creatures, like water striders or the basilisk lizard, are light enough that this skin can temporarily hold them. They slap their feet against the water quickly enough to generate lift, preventing them from sinking immediately. Now, let's think about humans. The average person weighs 60 to 80 kilograms. Surface tension alone can't hold that weight, not even close. If you try to sprint across a pond, your feet would just punch through the water and you'd take a very quick swim. Physics is brutally simple. Humans are too heavy, and water isn't strong enough to support us. Scientists have even done calculations to see how fast a human would need to run to stay above water. Spoiler, it's ridiculously fast, around 30 to 40 meters per second. That's faster than any human can naturally sprint. In other words, relying on surface tension alone is hopeless. But here's the fun part. Studying these creatures gives us inspiration. Maybe with speed, technique, and a little bit of technology, humans could mimic some of these strategies. Imagine shoes designed to increase surface area or spring-assisted devices that let you bounce across water. While we can't naturally glide like a lizard, science and creativity open doors to possibilities that were once only in movies. If we want to get serious about walking on water, maybe we should take some tips from nature. Besides the basilisk lizard, there are other creatures that seem to defy physics, at least for a short while. Take water striders, for example. These tiny insects skate effortlessly across ponds, lakes, and slow-moving streams. How do they do it? Their long, lightweight legs spread their body weight across multiple contact points, and the surface tension of water keeps them afloat. They never sink because their weight is perfectly balanced. and their legs repel water, allowing them to move at astonishing speeds without breaking the surface. Then there's the basilisk lizard itself, sometimes called the Jesus lizard. It uses a combination of speed, timing, and special foot movements to generate lift while running across water. Its body is designed to create a short-lived upward force with every step. The trick is in the rapid slap of its feet against the water, fast enough to generate lift, but brief enough to avoid sinking. Evolution has fine-tuned its body mechanics for this extraordinary skill. Even frogs, certain insects, and small birds exploit similar principles. Some can skim, hop, or glide over water temporarily, relying on speed, weight distribution, and surface tension. The key takeaway is clear. Size and technique matter far more than sheer weight. For humans, this means inspiration is available, but there are limits. We can't shrink our bodies or magically increase surface tension, but we can study these natural strategies to innovate. Shoes, special gear, and techniques could mimic the way these creatures interact with water. By observing nature, we gain insight into speed, balance, and movement, the essential ingredients for any attempt at water walking. Nature's creativity reminds us that the impossible often has a foundation in reality. And for a channel like ours, that's pure gold. It's where science meets imagination, and where you get to wonder, could humans ever walk like this? So far, we've seen how animals skim across water and why physics sets hard limits. But what about humans? Could we ever get close to the legendary water walking seen in kung fu movies? Let's start with human muscles and body mechanics. The explosive power needed to sprint across water is far beyond what ordinary people can do. Even elite sprinters, with incredible leg strength and speed, would sink within a few steps. But that doesn't mean all hope is lost. Human potential can be pushed further with training, technique, and innovation. Consider parkour athletes and stunt performers. They've mastered leaping incredible distances, absorbing impact, and controlling momentum with precision. If they combined agility with creative tools, say super light shoes, spring-assisted devices, or flotation aids, short, fleeting steps on water might be possible. Not across a full river, but enough to capture the imagination. And let's not forget the philosophy behind Kung Fu itself. In the movies, King Gong isn't about raw strength. It's about timing, balance, and coordination. Humans could theoretically use these principles: rapid steps, careful weight distribution, and perfect rhythm. Essentially, it's a mix of athleticism and clever physics hacks. Science gives us numbers, but imagination gives us vision. By combining training, physics, and a touch of technology, we might get tantalizingly close to the impossible. Imagine a demonstration where someone literally glides for several meters on water. It may not be a full lake, but it would be enough to make jaws drop and cameras roll. The takeaway: humans won't naturally walk across lakes, but by studying movement, leveraging technology, and applying creativity, we can approach a version of the legendary water walking. And that's exactly the kind of mind-blowing science meets fantasy content that makes our channel so exciting. Thanks for watching Imagine What. If you picked up something new today, or it just got your imagination running, make sure to hit like, subscribe, and share your ideas in the comments. We might dive into your crazy thought next time. Thank you, bye!